Bryce Hall's been in over 40 street fights.
Very interesting.
For the past few years, we've been seeing YouTubers transition into the world of boxing, and they've done it on a huge scale. It seems like the only two rites of passage that YouTubers have are either becoming singers or boxers. The newest fighters on the boxing list are the Ace family's Austin McBroom and TikTok star Bryce Hall. Let's get into everything that the two of them have been up to and Bryce's reaction to Austin's leaked sparring footage. Before we get into what's happening with the two fighters right now, we have to dial it back to how the beef between them even started in the first place. Back in December of 2020, the internet saw how desperately Austin wanted to fight someone. He was calling out other major names on the internet throughout the month, trying to start beef with anyone who would pay any heed. Seeing how big Jake Paul had already gotten in the boxing arena, he was really trying to get him to agree. But he didn't take Austin seriously at all. So, Austin switched gears and started looking for someone else with enough clout to fight. This led him to Bryce Hall. At the time, Bryce was pretty big on the internet because he and Addison Rae had just confirmed their relationship. Everything on the internet was about them, and their videos were getting crazy views. So Austin started tweeting at him, trying to get a reaction out of him, and he went in pretty hard. The first time Austin openly called Bryce out was when he tweeted, "I heard all your excuses, you ain't built for this. I'll let you keep ducking," and tagged Bryce in the post. Although he deleted the tweet shortly after, enough people had taken screenshots of the tweet to spread around like wildfire. The insane amount of attention that one tweet got was enough to make Austin post several tweets and stories where he was constantly calling out Bryce, even though Bryce stayed pretty silent on the matter for like a good 3 months. In March of 2021, Bryce finally responded. He tweeted, "All this because I won't accept his little fight, and now he's crying because he can't pay his cleaning lady," and tagged Austin at the end of the tweet. Austin didn't immediately respond directly to him, but kept inciting more drama by calling him a little bitch boy, and saying that he was afraid to fight him because he knew he couldn't win. Austin then tweeted out another diss towards Bryce, saying, "But you keep running. You're all Twitter fingers. You want to fight randoms out in public, but too scared to fight me for millions." Making it seem like Bryce has been saying no because he doesn't want to put his money where his fists are. Eventually, Bryce revealed that the reason why he was saying no all this time was that there was an issue in the terms. Bryce was up for fighting Austin, but he wanted to be paid more. Not just by a couple thousand, but he wanted an extra $1.5 million for the fight. Now, considering that it's possible that arranging terms like that might have taken a while, it does make sense why there was such a long back and forth between them. Bryce even went on to diss him, saying that he's 30 and acts like he's in high school. To which Austin reiterated that he's only 28 and his daddy. Still hanging on to saying that it was only because Bryce was scared of him. He even spoke to a paparazzi and said, "All I hear is excuses." And it's like, I'm just tired of the excuses. I told the team, I said, "Look, I'll agree for Bryce Hall to fight me. I'll agree to make less money than him. To be honest, I really just don't like the kid." Eventually, they came to an agreement. Austin agreed that Bryce would get an extra $1 million if he ends up winning. The fight was officially on. By this time, Bryce and Addison had reportedly broken up, but hadn't confirmed it, and Bryce's image on the internet was riveting back to the problematic kid, and Austin made sure to ride on that wave very quickly. He kept tweeting at him, making sure to almost always add the fact that he's a kid in them. Their feud began to get bigger and bigger, and by then, it was confirmed that they were going to be fighting each other. So there was something for fans to look forward to, for there to be an end to the beef. So they kicked things up a notch. Austin started a rumor that Bryce was taking steroids, one that Bryce quickly squashed by tweeting, "Can we get a blood test on me, considering this McBumhead thinks I'm on steroids? Just because a 21-year-old is in better shape than you doesn't mean they're on steroids, dipfuck." By this time, it was already the end of April, and the fight between Austin and Bryce was officially confirmed to take place at the Hard Rock Stadium in Florida on June 12th. Throughout this entire time, Austin has been working out and training for the fight. In June, we saw significant footage of Bryce taking the fight seriously and training as well, through which he ended up in a much different shape than he was when the feud began. Now that the fight is getting pretty close, the two aren't letting an opportunity pass by where they aren't roasting each other. We even got to see the two of them go at it live in front of the press at one of their press conferences. So it's pretty clear that the two have a lot of distaste for one another. About a week ago, Austin was promoting his upcoming meet on Instagram. He went live and told everyone that he was going to be showing him spar live. This was pretty interesting considering that the fight is so close and him spilling his routine would be pretty risky at this time. But Austin cut off the live show just as he was about to spar, leaving it to the imagination of the viewers and posted the details for his meet instead. Throughout this time, Bryce was commenting on his life too. So Austin made sure that he wasn't going to let any trade secrets out this close to the fight and eventually ended it. Right afterward, Bryce went live on his Instagram too, reacting to the sparring footage. He started it by saying, with a lot of sarcasm, that he's scared now, adding that seeing the amount of work Austin had put into training has scared him to go into the fight. He then went on to explain what he really meant, saying that Austin used the live stream as a way to promote his meet and that he didn't even add him in as a guest, even though he was commenting under the live stream throughout the time it ran. Adding that he actually was excited to see him spar, but he knew that Austin would obviously not show him anything related to the fight, and even said that he was going to crash Austin's meet and see the 10 fans that show up. Bryce also said that it was obvious that Austin hadn't put in any work at all for the fight, and that he even commented if it was just a one-round gas out again, insinuating that Austin won't be able to last past one round with him in the ring. The thing about this whole reaction video is that it was kind of brought on by Austin doing a similar thing a few days earlier. There's a video of Bryce sparring that's been making rounds on YouTube too. The video has been reacted to by several YouTubers, including KSI, who also called Bryce someone who was trying too hard to beat Jake Paul, and basically roasted him throughout the video. He even said that he would fight him to show him just how bad he is, but he doesn't have the time to do so. A while later, Austin took that same video and did a live reaction to it while still training in the gym. In the video, Austin is brutally roasting Bryce, saying that he's just not ready to take him on, and even on the day of the official fight, it's probably going to be just him imposing his body on him instead of an actual fight. Bryce didn't respond to Austin, but he did respond to KSI and said that the video he reacted to was of his first week of training, adding that he's come a long way since then and nothing about the way he was fighting then is the way he fights now. He then posted a video of him showing how much his body has changed through training for the fight, saying June 12th is getting really close now. It is, and everyone's pretty excited for the fight, not just to see who finally wins, but also to see this feud finally come to an end.